Hello. You able to hear me and see the screen? Hello.
Yes, Firaf. Hello, we can.
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
You're able to see the screen also, right? Okay.
Yes,
So
yes.
today is a very important day, and I wanted more people to participate, but unfortunately, many are telling me that they can have a look on the YouTube later, so it's okay. Now the question is, we need to understand how Indian market is going to move in the coming year. And to my surprise, many things which we have at the back of the mind based on our past performances of various companies and sectors, we have some blocks in our mind that we find that whatever we think is right, but we'll be surprised by so many things. Okay. So first thing I want to inform that I am a this is a disclaimer. The information is only for educational purpose. I am not a SEBI registered advisor. Please consult your financial advisor before taking any decisions on buying, holding, selling of shares or any investment decisions. We are not liable for any gains or losses made by you. The objective of this course is to spread financial literacy. Now, before I go to the Nifty, I would like to show you the world indexes. This is a new dimension I've introduced in last about a month or so, or 2 months maybe. The Dow Jones index is now falling. Okay. This is the day chart. It is falling since last few days. The candle which is shown is very indecisive candle. What we saw last time is a kind of a doji candle. S&P 500 is also showing a similar kind of exactly similar. Last 2 days it is falling. On the Friday, it created a doji candle, very parallel. But you should be happy that all the three indices all the three prices are above the 3 moving average. The blue one is 21, the green one is 50, and the pink one is 200. So it is above. So that is a positive news. And Nasdaq. Okay, Nasdaq was up till this point, it was below 200, but now it has moved above 200. So that's a positive news. But still, the last 3 days, the candle formed is the two red candles and the one doji candle at the end of the day, Friday. Okay. The dollar index is showing me, now you must be hearing about the ruble kind of gold connection. And that is one of the reasons it is happening is they want to break the hold of the US dollar. And this is bound to happen sometime because China, Russia, they have come together on this part and they are trying to see that the American dollar will lose its shine basically. So there is a dollar index. It is at a very high level. It used to be normally at this level, 94, 95. It went up to 98, 99, and now it is at 98.3. So this is an indicator which says that how is the dollar behaving vis-a-vis the other six currencies, including the pound, the euro, and all those currencies. The UK FTSE index is little better. The Friday candle is better. The German index is very bad shape since a long time. But last about 8-10 days, it has started moving. But last 3 days, once again, it is showing a negative candles. Okay, the French, little better than the German, but still it is showing negative. The Japanese index, okay, this index has fallen tremendously. It has come up some points, but still it is much deeper. And you can see the last whole week, there are either red candles or small doji green candles. This is another index I introduced this time, Hong Kong Shanghai index. Okay. you can see all the, except the 21 day, the 50 and the 200 moving averages are above the price, means it is in a bad shape. The Shanghai Composite Index is also showing the same thing. Why I'm trying to tell you is that don't get carried away by the thing which is happening in our market. It is a short term, and you should take advantage of that to get some profit booking also. Please. The crude oil is staying around 99, and what I understand, it will be around $100 for the rest of the period of 6 months or so. Okay, India is expecting around 65, $70, and every $10, the GDP is getting affected in a bad way. So that is the unfortunate part for India. The gold reserves are okay. You can see the gold has went up to 1980, 1990, and then the peak was at 2000 levels. It has come down, but still, I'm having a suggestion that please have uh, some of your assets in terms of gold. Say at least 10% of your assets, if not more. Then Bitcoin is falling. Okay, India USD INR relationship, I mean, the ratio is around 76 rupees is what is the, this is a steady kind of thing around this. It went up to 80, 76, 77, and then it has come down to 76, 75.96 now. Currently it is 75.96. But it is expected that India USD will be in the range of around 77, 78 for the year. Okay. Now this is my Nifty. And before showing you this chart, I would like you to see this particular part. Let us see how Nifty has behaved in the last 4 years. Okay. This is 2018, 1st of April 2018, this one. Then 2019, 2020, 2021, and now 2022. This is March and this is April, 1st April. What was the gain from 2018 to 2019? From 10151 to 11665, the gain was around 14.991%. Then we had a drawdown. It went down. Okay, so this was a bad period in our, that was a COVID 20, around 20th of March or something, and it went down by minus 26.4%. From year to year, it went down, and the index came from 11665 to 8584. Okay, then from year to 21 March, it went up by 72.3%. Please note this gain is on a negative base. So because the base was negative, the gain was very high. And that is why everyone in the market thinks that I know the market very well and I can do everything well. Please understand, the market is going to teach us, and it is teaching us a lot of lessons in our life. Okay, so because it is the collective psychology, wisdom of so many thousands of crores of people working in the market. So this year the market has moved by 17.8. Some sites are showing 17.88, some are showing near about 18, but it is in that range only. The reason is what, whether they have taken the closing price or opening price. If I take the opening price, there is a gap up question. So depending upon what we take, but around 17.8, 18. Now, if you say this is less, I will say this is what is expected. And this year, you will see in the presentation, it will be much, much lesser. Okay. So even if you're getting around 12%, you should be happy for that. See the gains of Nifty and the various indices. 50 around 17.8%. Previous year it was 72. As I showed you, because the base was low. It went on the COVID March 20 base, because the market crashed from around 11,000, 10,000 something till 8584 something. Sensex 30 also similar values. Mid caps. Now I want you to make an understanding that this year and the coming period, you should be more concentrating on your mid caps and small caps, because they are giving better returns. So your portfolio should not be only large caps, but good quality. I'm talking of good mid caps, not any mid caps. And which should be having a sector tailwind so that it is going to push it and the stocks will do better. Nifty 100 19%, 200 20%, Nifty 500 21%. So Nifty 100 is only the large caps, 200 is 100 large caps, and the remaining 100 are mid caps. And if you see Nifty 500, the first 250 are the large and the mid caps, and the remaining 250 are the small caps. If you see corresponding figures on in the Jan period, the March 21, you'll see the figures are very high here, whereas this year is low. But this was on the COVID base, which was a negative base. You can see that this was a COVID base, which was a very negative low down base, 8584. From 11665, it came down to 8584. Okay, so when the base is low, definitely the gains will be more. Like last year in the exams, I scored some 40 marks, and suddenly I scored 70 marks. You will say that I have gone up by something like 67%, but it was on a base which was poor base. Okay, so we are looking at this figure, and where it will close, we'll see that at the end of the lecture. Okay, so this is what we saw. So in the quarter one, June 21, the quarter was good gains. Quarter two, it was also positive. From October onwards, Nifty started falling down. Then Jan 22 and Feb 22, it moved little negative further. March 22, it was slightly up by 0.5%. Now, I'm showing you the sector review. I have taken some good 6-7 hours of efforts in preparing this. If you want, I will honestly tell you, please take a picture of from your mobile or something, or after screen save karo, because there are about 20-30 screens which will give you a good idea about where you should be looking at. Nifty metals did very well. Okay, first thing I would like to show you the Nifty chart. So here is my Nifty chart. It is a day chart. Let us see the monthly chart to get a bigger picture. Okay, where will the Nifty range? If I remove all my markings, okay, here is the Nifty. So I have a zone here which will act as a support on the monthly chart. Okay, this is the demand zone on the monthly chart. This is the supply zone on the monthly chart. So demand and supply. So what is the range in which Nifty will move? Somewhere 15,900 to this level. Okay, there is going to be a resistance here. You can see here, it is current candle is very near to the resistance level, the supply zone. People are waiting to sell. See the weekly chart. Very similar. This is blue line is the 21-day moving average. This is the 50-day, and this is my 200. Okay, luckily Nifty is telling me I am above all these moving averages, so it's a positive sign. On the day chart, 1st April, it closed quite positively, but it is coming very near to the demand zone or a supply zone, the red zone. That means there is a lot of resistance over here, and there is going to be some correction which will happen, and this is the range in which Nifty is going to move. Okay, can you imagine this was the zone where Nifty came? That was around 8th of March, and it touched this zone and went back. You can see here, first top is created, second double top is created in the same zone. Once again is going to enter the zone, and it is going to correct. The day it is able to bypass this zone, okay, that is the time we'll see the markets going up, but I doubt very much. Let's see how it works. Sensex is similar. very similarly placed. Nifty Junior, once again, there are two zones here. This is the Nifty Junior Index. Okay, let us now see the presentation which is there, because that will help you to understand the overall context. So you can see my Nifty is below this. Nifty is below this. You can see here, Nifty is here. PSU Bank is here, which was the previous high. So Nifty Metal gave me the highest return in the last 1 year, around 61.5%. As per my understanding, as I'm doing a lot of reading, I read a lot. A lot means a lot. And last 12 days, I was attending 12 webinars, okay, in the night every day. And I was gathering a lot of knowledge, what is happening in the world markets. So what I'm trying to tell you is metals, media, energy, and IT. These are the four sectors along with commodities will move. I'm not talking of realty. Yeah? Metals, media, energy, IT, and commodities will be the one we will be looking forward to. So if you can take a picture of this, when I say energy, I mean oil, gas, power, everything. Okay. You can see here the PSU banks have done a gain of 26.32%. Okay. Oil and gas 28%, public sector enterprises 31%, central public sector enterprises 41%, IT 40%. Nasdaq is correcting, and because of which IT is correcting. Now, if there is a problem with the American dollar losing its shine, and there is a possibility that some businesses will take a hit in the IT industry. And because of our stance of being neutral in the war against UK and Europe, that also is going to make us, it may help make us pay somewhere we'll have to pay somewhere. So some IT companies will get some effect. Okay, there is a possibility. I am not saying it will happen that way, but there is a possibility which can happen. So this is my good sectors which perform reasonably well: metals, media, energy, IT, public sector enterprises, and commodities. When I say energy, I mean oil and gas also, which did average. You can see here, infra was, now the infra sector problem is, unless and until there is a big push from the government, the movement has not started as yet. And if there is a movement from the government, then the private sector companies will also start investing. So as of now, infra is okay, it is moving better, but it is still not very good. Okay, last year it gave a return of 22%, not bad at all. Okay, Nifty gave a return of 18.88%. This is the chart from the Sher Khan Trade Tiger. Consumption, MNC, pharma, around 10-11%. And you can see the worst performance, private banks, 3.7%. The last one, FMCG, 3.88%. Auto, 6.99%. Overall Nifty Bank, 9.2%. Why it is high? Because PSU was 26%. Okay. So take this picture also for you to get an idea about the various sectors. This is the second screen, and this is my third screen. So this gives me a clear idea that FMCG, private banks, auto, financial services, pharma, MNC, and consumption has not moved much. Okay, they have not moved much. This is my 50, 100, 200, and 500. 18, 19, 20, 21. Around 1% increase. So let us see the metal sector. The metal sector performed the best. Actually, except 1 month, every other month the metals have moved high. and that is why it is 61%. Because of the current scenario, we find that the metals will still work better than others. So, but which are the stocks which I am looking at? Vedanta, Hindalco, National Aluminum, all are basically aluminum non-ferrous stocks. Tata Steel, JSW Steel, Jindal Steel, and NMDC. I'm not very sure about SAIL. SAIL movement is not much compared to the other metals. Okay. But if you'll say NMDC has started moving now, that is why NMDC is green compared to SAIL. Okay. NMDC has started moving, and there is some kind of a talks which are going on. So you find Hindalco will do well, Vedanta will do well. I'm not very sure about Adani Enterprises because I go by the fundamentals also, and I don't see, okay, the stock is doing well. There are three Adani stocks which are doing well: Adani Enterprises, Adani Power, Adani Green, and ATGL. We'll see in one of the sides. So if you are having it, hold it, no problem at all. Okay. Hindustan Copper has gone down. Hindustan Zinc has gone down. Okay. Media, the bullish sector, all the stocks which I am seeing here, Saregama, TV18. Saregama is going for demerger. Okay, I missed this stock. Okay, basically because I always found it costlier. TV18 is doing well, Network 18 is doing well. So you can go for this TV18, Network 18 group. Inox and PVR are looking for some kind of a merger kind of situation. So that is also one story. And Zeal and Sony is also. So all these stocks are going to do well. Please understand, media will be doing better. And in media, Nazara Technology is the one which is the sort of a stock which can do exceedingly well, but it is very costly. This stock is owned by Mr. Rakesh Jhunjhunwala. Okay. Then the other stock sector which I'm looking is energy, oil, and gas. So as for me, Reliance, GAIL is having some kind of a corporate action, which is a demerger and some kind of a good opportunities there in GAIL. If you're having that stock, you can add more. Tata Power is good. Oil India is good. ONGC is looking good. Coal India is good. The green ones are better than the blue ones. But if you see Adani Green, Adani Transmission, Adani Power, ATGL, they have gained a lot. But when I look at the fundamentals, I have my own worries. So I am not into these stocks. But if you are there and some of you like it, nothing wrong. You can continue with them. Okay. But my choice is the first, at least the first three. IT sector, all the stocks are good, but I am having a worry because of the current situation. Okay. The possibility of the dollar taking a beating, the possibility of geopolitical situations becoming more from the war situation, it will be more from the financial point of view. The turn which is possible will actually hurt these stocks, and many of these stocks are at very high levels. And if their business gets into trouble, then you will have some problems. But I would prefer keep invested. Things cannot be very bad. For some months it can be bad, but these stocks will be giving you, because IT companies are the ones which they are going to be there for next 2-3 years for sure. Little bit of financial issues will come up because of the geopolitical situations. But the stocks will do well, definitely. And all these stocks are good stocks. So you can go into any of these stocks as well as some of the others, like your Mindtree is here, LTI is here, LTTS is here, Coforge is here, Happiest Mind can be another one you can look at. Mastech can be looked at. All these are good stocks. Realty is trying to come out, but my understanding is wait for the year-end results and you'll realize what I'm saying. I was saying about Godrej Properties, and I am still seeing Godrej Properties. If you see, it was the worst performer. People took this stock the operators took this stock to 2,500 levels. It is currently at 1600 levels. Even my Prestige, which I was looking well, but in the quarter of December, the performance of Prestige was not so good. DLF, the market leader, people are pushing the stock, but currently it is okay. So what you can see is only three of Brigade, Oberoi Realty, and Shobha are the fundamentally good stocks, not even Prestige now, because the last quarter the sales were down and the earnings were down. So wait for this particular sector to turn around. Okay. Now the funds which we are hoping that it will do well, the banking sector. In the banking sector, my basic way of looking at is, I believe some of the PSUs, which are those Bank of Baroda, Canara Bank, SBI, and Indian Bank. Not sure about Indian Bank, but still it is there. So these four banks you can take the stocks, or if you want, I have taken the option of taking the PSU bank ETFs, because then as per the performance, these stocks will change and the ETFs will change by itself because they will trail the Nifty PSU banks. SBI is a good one to hold, and Bank of Baroda, or even buy further. And Bank of Baroda is also very good. So Bank of Baroda and SBI. In fact, in the week, a week before also I mentioned in one of my messages that Bank of Baroda looks very strong. Now, some of the stocks I already mentioned, so there is no repetition of the same stock. If you are looking at the other ones, IRCTC, this is the infra mix, lot of mix is there. So IRCTC is the one I'm looking at. Apollo Hospitals, Bharti Airtel, L&T, Indigo, and the hotel companies. Okay, hotel companies like India Hotels, Shallot Hotels, Lemon Tree, they are turning around and they all will start moving in a positive manner. Okay, so this particular sector, I believe in the second half, somewhere in July to September, they will start performing as the government is in a position to put a lot of money inside the sector. So if the infra push is done after the LIC IPO, which hopefully should happen in now April end or May, there is no news at present, so we don't know when it will finally happen. And government is short of cash, so the infra push will happen provided the liquidity, the LIC IPO becomes a very successful thing. The other point is, if LIC IPO becomes very successful, around 70,000 crores of rupees will go out of the market, and that will create a problem in the secondary markets. So whenever there is a very large IPO, the secondary markets get affected. Okay, cement stocks, I'm looking positive with the infra. So when the infra will move, the cement stocks will also. This is the same continuation of infra. Okay, you can see Nifty infra is here, and all these stocks are down. These are positive, but above means below infra, but they are little positive, whereas all these are negative stocks. So most of the cement stocks you can find them negative. Telecom industry, Bharti, Indus Tower, HFCL, and Reliance Jio. That is nothing but Reliance. Nifty Pharma, it is going to be flattish and may continue like that for the remaining part of the year. But selectively, some of the stocks which are doing well can be your Sun Pharma, Fortis Healthcare, Apollo. So this is Nifty Pharma. Many other pharma companies are negative. So I would prefer you be away from the pharma. If you're having them, these green ones, it is good. But if you're having the red ones, try to remove them. Okay. The banks, I don't expect too much from the banks, except those banks which are having high technology backbone. Those will be the ones which will do well. So expect ICICI Bank, Axis Bank, SBI Bank to do well. The others, I'm not very sure. Okay. I'm not sure about Kotak. I was seeing an interview from Mr. Uday Kotak, and he's a banker. He's the head of the Kotak Bank, and he made a statement, something like that, that unless and until the banks move in a big way in the technology adoption, we'll have a problem. So once upon a time, the private banks, they were the ones which crushed the public sector banks. And today is the time for fintech banking stocks, fintech stocks like your Bajaj Finance and Bajaj Financial Services. They are actually finishing the private banks. So there is a karma theory here also. So the financial services will look better and will perform better. So my pick from this is Bajaj Finance and Bajaj Financial Services. The other days, last time somebody asked me what is the difference here. So I just went back and confirmed it. Bajaj Finance Services is the parent. They started with the Bajaj. They started giving the auto loans first. And then they created a new company, Bajaj Finance, which is giving loan in every other sub jagah pe hai. All possible loans Bajaj Finance is giving. So Bajaj Finance Services is the parent, and they both are having, their parent is Bajaj Holdings. Okay. Now I would just show you a difference between the performance of SBI Life. There is SBI Life 27%, ICICI Prudential Life 12%. See the difference, 27 and 12. And let's see here, HDFC Life, where it is here, minus 22%. Can you imagine? All the three are in the insurance sector. HDFC Life minus 22%. ICICI Prudential Life is improving 12%, and SBI Life 27%. So even within the insurance sector, as I was telling you, within a sector also, some companies will do exceedingly well and some companies will not perform at all. See the other example. SBI has performed. ICICI Bank has also relatively performed 35 and 25. See HDFC Bank. Where is HDFC Bank? Can you see this? Kotak Bank. So what I'm trying to tell you is, don't go by the big names. ICICI Securities down. HDFC Securities, AMC company down. Mutual funds. HDFC itself is down. See here. Now, the gold finance companies like the Muthoot Finance and all, I have a little question mark in my head. How much it will be successful, we'll have to wait and watch. Okay. So this is my, some of the companies which are doing well. Angel One, which is nothing but Angel Broking, UTI AMC, and ICICI Securities have started moving. So you can expect performance from these companies. FMCG stocks. These are the stocks which will start moving around June, July. If the crude oil prices, commodities, they get stabilized. This may be, there is a movement in Tata Consumers and Tata Coffee because of the partly demerger and some companies getting shifted within that company. So that you will see in Tata Consumer. But all the beverages stocks, like this is a cold drink, Varun Beverages, UBL are the hard drinks, and Redico is the hard drinks. All the beverages stocks are moving in a positive manner. United Spirits is also moving positive. That was somebody from the group itself asked me, and then I realized that ITC is also doing. Now, I am not very sure, unless and until there is a demerger taking place. After some days or some weeks, we'll find ITC at the same place. So ITC has actually, if it has to perform, it has to go about the demerger activity. I have a feeling that there must be some inside news which we retailers may not be aware. So if there is a movement, definitely something must be there. Apart from the performance and the quarter three earnings, which was good for ITC, what I believe is there must be something beyond that. Okay, so ITC, if you are having holding, keep on holding it. Luckily, I'm holding it because I was of the view that I will remove it, but I kept on postponing from one quarter to another. So I thought that December ke baad sochenge, but then suddenly it has started moving in last February onwards. So it is a good thing. Hopefully the results will be good, and they announce some kind of a demerger into separate companies. Let's wait and watch. Marico, Dabur, Godrej Consumers, they are good stocks, but not performing that much. Britannia is also not performing. You can see a Hindustan Unilever, the market leader, is not performing. So that is once again I'm trying to tell you some of the known, well-known names. We are holding all these stocks. We are holding all these stocks, and unfortunately, they are not performing. Whereas we don't hold VBL, Redico, and United Beverages and all. We are not holding these stocks. Okay. So let us start accumulating. I am accumulating currently VBL. This is my stock which I mentioned earlier also. Earlier I was having Redico. I have sold it off at a good profit. Auto stocks. Tata Motors and PI Industries and M&M. Where is M? Here, M&M. I'm looking at these three companies doing well. Escorts also, sorry, Escorts I meant out. Otherwise, the Bajaj Auto and Hero Motocorp, MRF, Aisha Motors, we'll have to wait and watch. Okay, even Ashok Leyland. And I don't see any major change happening. Even Maruti will not do well. Maruti, in fact, will do negative this year. We'll be able to see. Okay, so I see the second half after somewhere in August, September, we see the change in the fortunes of these auto stocks. Okay, otherwise they will be the laggards. This is the kind of situation of the FIs and DIs. In this 3 months, Jan, Feb, March, FIs have withdrawn minus 128,437 crores, 128 lakh crores, and DIs have added 103 lakh crores. If you see in the whole of 2021, they had withdrawn 92 only, whereas in the 3 months itself, they have withdrawn much more than that. Okay. So in the situation, what we see is currently we are seeing that there is a good amount of withdrawal. But last 2 days or last yesterday and the week, में एक दो दिन पहले भी some amount of investments were done by FIs. That was a positive signal. So let's wait and watch. Okay. I was looking at the world charts, and India is having the, or maybe Indian markets, Nifty and Sensex, were the 7th or the 8th ranked markets doing well in the world. And which are the markets which are doing exceedingly well are all the emerging countries. Brazil, Vietnam, and all these emerging markets, they are doing well. So India is the 7th or the 8th rank in that particular chart. Some of the top performance of the Nifty 50, you can see here, see these two columns and the performing percentages. Tech Mahindra is one company I'm looking at very positively because they are going in a tie-up with Bharti Airtel for the Tata 5 for the telecom 5G. So expect all these stocks to do well. I'm expecting all these stocks to do well. Okay, for the coming year too. Bharti will do well. JSW Steel, Tata Motors, Coal India. At present, it is around 180 levels. If you get around 220 or something, partial exit is advised. Bajaj Finance, Infosys, Power Grid, all are good stocks. State Bank of India is good. Reliance is good. SBI Life is good. Supply is good. LNP, go for this stock. Last year, it has given a return of 23%. This year, with the infra going positive, this stock will give you a much better return. ICICI Bank doing well. Tata Consumers will do well. Consult TCS, HCL, ITC. Maruti will not do well. Maruti will not do well. HDFC Bank, not so good. Very bad, very bad. The top losers in 50, Nifty 50. Hero MotoCorp, avoid these stocks. If FMCG moves, then HUL will move. Till that time, you will have to avoid having it. Ultratech Cement is also not doing well. HDFC थोड़ा movement हुआ, लेकिन इतना positive नहीं है. Kotak Mahindra also, I am little worried. This stock is going down. Okay. The Nifty 500, Brightcom Group. This stock is going into upper circuit and lower circuit. Currently, last 8-10 days, it is in upper circuit. From 65 levels, somebody asked me in this particular group only, it has gone to 102 levels. Every day, it is going up by 5%. Same way, TTML. But whenever the stock goes into upper circuits, I avoid those stocks. So you can look for Angel One, BSE, Gujarat Fluorochem, Saregama, GNFC, CG Power. This is a turnaround story. A good stock. Gujarat Alkalis, Mastec, one of the mid-cap IT stocks. TVS 18 is a good stock. The losers of Nifty 500. The losers of Nifty 500. Avoid all these stocks. I sold off India Mark Intermesh at a loss. Some 40,000-50,000 loss. I sold them because the stock is going to go further down. Sequence Scientific, I sold at a loss. RBL, I sold at a loss. Amar Raja, I sold at a loss. When I mentioned this, we can take care of your capital gains point of view. I sold all these stocks. Okay. Any particular stock you want me to go through it before I let us see some of the Mindtree stock. Very well placed. All the moving averages are below the price. It is in a good condition. Tanla, good stock, but little overpriced, so it will correct. Tech Mahindra, I have added Tech Mahindra at 1500 levels. Add this stock because it is going to give you better returns. Infi, good stock. LTI, LTTS, good. LTI थोड़ा overpriced है, वो correction में होगा. LTTS is okay. TCS is okay. TCS will move up. It will come to this levels of 4,000 levels. FL is a very good accumulate this stock. Okay, it is in the IT media industry. It's scams you can avoid. HCL Tech, KPIT, once again, start accumulating this stock. See this KPIT, it was in the growth phase. Now it is in the consolidation phase. Tata Elxsi, I cannot explain the rise of this stock beyond a level. Only thing is, what I say is, there is only one logical answer is, the free float of these stocks is less compared to other mid-cap IT stocks. And therefore, there is a lot of demand is there compared to the supply of the stocks. That is the only logical answer I can see. Otherwise, it is operator driven. The actual levels as per the books and all, it should be around 5,500 to 6,000 level. लेकिन ये इससे काफी ऊपर निकल चुका है. This was a support zone. It has crossed that also. It is now at 9,000 levels. So if you're having it, hold it. Once it starts falling little bit for corrections, you can book profits. Birla Soft is good, but currently it is in not in a good shape. Wait for some time. Happiest Mind is also correcting. It is correcting. Okay. Nazara Technologies. I am not in favor of this stock because the reason is it was over here. I believe it should be over here at this level, around 1400, 1500 levels. There is a level here. So you can see here, this level. तो यहाँ आएगा, उसके बाद हम सोच सकते हैं this level. There is a not allowed to mark. Yeah. So at this level, you can look at it is not very far off. 1577 and 1658. It is coming to that level. So let it come down a little bit and you can enter then. Reddington, you can accumulate. It is a good stock. IEX, a very good stock. BSC, good. Unfortunately, I'm not having it. I will buy it at this levels. I'm waiting for a correction. CDSL, a good stock. Accumulate them. Tata still long. Tata Steel, sorry. This is Tata Steel. It's a good stock. Continue. Metal, Tata Metallics, not so good. I had about 150. I have sold 100 of it, but 50 pada hai because it is at a high price. So once it crosses the 900 levels, I will sell off them. Tata still long also. It is I'm holding at a higher price. I will have to wait for it. Vedanta, hold it. Stay. It is not so good. You can sell off if you get your right prices. National Aluminium, okay. A good stock. Continue holding it. Hindalco, continue holding it. Hindustan Zinc, okay, not so good. Okay. Hindustan Copper, same kind of story. Some other good stocks which I am having a look at is Sun Pharma, Titan. Titan, I'm adding in my portfolio numbers as and when I get an opportunity. It is a good stock. Okay, it will do exceedingly well in the coming merit season in May, June. Bharat Electronics, BEL, BDL, and HAL. All the three stocks are going to give you good returns. Bharat Dynamics, Hindustan Aeronautics, and this. Now the cement stocks, Grasim, Bharti Airtel will do okay. It is improving. You can see here. IRCTC is going to do well. Keep on adding here. Indian hotels I've added in my list recently, and the stock has started moving up. I had bought at some 230, 240 levels, and now it is at 250. Okay, now it is 240 levels. So I must have bought little lower. Asian Paints I'm adding in my portfolio. Okay, the stock is not doing currently well, but it will do well. L&T is a good stock to add. Wipro, okay. Naukri is what you should look at. It is coming down. It has come down drastically. You can add at these levels. Deepak Nitrite. So some of the chemical stocks are also still valid because they have started moving upwards. And the China plus one issue is that the chemical stocks, the chemicals are becoming costlier and costlier. In the textile industry, I am looking at VTL, Vardhaman Textiles, and Dollar Industries. These are the two stocks. Vardhaman Textile had come down, okay, recently. So you can look at it. Dollar is good stock. Bajaj Finance and Bajaj Finserv. Finserv has come down, so you can buy at some levels where you find it good. Okay. ICICI Bank is also down. You can add up if you want to. I sold off PNB, IDFC, First Bank, Manappuram Finance, nikal diya sab stocks because they will perform, but it will be some time before it actually happens. You can add this TVS 18 and Network 18. Okay, both are good. In this Realty, Oberoi Realty, Shobha Brigade, I'm looking at the three of them. Shobha, here it is still a good price currently. Prestige has gone down. The charts are showing well, but the quarter three earnings were down. Dixon, Voltas, Amber, they all are not doing well currently. The business in the quarter three was bad. They all are IT, not IT, sorry, consumer durable manufacturing companies, air conditioners and all, Blue Star also. Okay, at their lower levels, you can enter or you can. Reliance will do very well. Gale will do well. Oil India will do well. BPCL not so short of. ONGC will do well. Coal India expected to do well. Okay. FMCG not very. Achha, another one is VIP Industries. I had mentioned this in my group, but this stock is going to continue further moving upwards. Actually, I missed this stock by some 5-10 rupees. I put a level and then it just went about that. But I'm still tracking this and I would like to add in my portfolio. Britannia, Hindustan Unilever, I'm not so hopeful about them. You can see the stock also, it is coming down. Hindustan Unilever is also going down. ITC, I'm hopeful, doing well. Dabur is okay. Marico is okay. They all are on the sidelines. Godrej Consumer also on the sideline. Tata Consumer, I'm looking positive. Varun Beverages, it is positive. McDowell and looks nice. Somebody in the group asked me, it is looking nice. Radico Khaitan, quite positive है, लेकिन अभी आपको ये प्राइस पे अच्छा प्राइस मिल रहा है. Tata Coffee, okay. In the auto sector, I'm looking for only TI India, Tube Investments India, and Tata Motors. ये दो स्टॉक को मैं अभी रखा हूं, बाकी सब निकाल दिए. Even Amaraja battery, I was having at a loss, tremendous loss I made in Amaraja, unfortunately. 40-50,000 निकल गया. Sequent, I sold it off at a loss. Okay. The sector which can do well with the infra going up is your cement sector. So ACC, you can hold for some time. Ambuja, JK, Lakshmi. So all these cement stocks you can hold for some more time because it will give you dividend. Okay. JM Financial, in one of the portfolio, I have removed it to book my capital gains against my other portfolio because the fundamentals are still showing quite strong, but there is no buying only. The trend is so bearish that the stock is going into trouble. That's all. Any stock you want me to go through? Anything you want me to go through? Any stock? So let's see this particular thing which I wanted to share with you. What are the problem areas? Geopolitical situation is a grave concern. It's not only the war, but after effects on the financial point of view that can be leading. If the US dollar is getting a beating, we will have some problems in our markets. Inflation is on the rise, including India. Interest rates hike, RBI is likely to go for a hike of 25 to 50 BPS immediately. And in the year's time, it will be about 100 BPS. I mean, 1% increase in the interest rates will make all the housing loans, car loans, every other type of loans, business loans, everything, corporate loans, everything becomes costlier. And therefore, it hits the companies badly. Okay. US Fed interest is also going to increase the rate hikes. So that is another thing which is going to happen. In the month of May, they are going to increase by about something like 50 BPS is going to be the minimum expectation. Commodity prices will keep on rising up. Metal prices will keep on going up. But my thinking is hold only in the good quality ones. Don't hold everything because you may find some of them will not move only. Crude oil, if it stabilizes around $100 or something, it is good for India. If it goes down, further good, but I don't see that happening. Logistics issues are still problem. Supply issues are still there. Many of the countries are facing that problem. Many companies are facing this problem, and because of which the sectors will have a problem. Auto sector chips shortage is still on. In December, it was expected that it will be over. वो भी गया. Now the March quarter is also over. The result season will start now, and one by one the companies will start giving the results, and that will give you an idea about how well the companies are placed. Stagflation fears are very high. Stagnant growth and inflation going up. Stagnant growth and inflation going up. There is a possibility. There is a possibility that we may have see some kind of recessionary trends in the US markets. India GDP will get affected. Nobody is going to tell us this, but if you see all these things are going to happen, then what will happen is about like that there is a direct relationship between the crude oil prices. If the crude oil prices are going to go up at every $10, we have a problem with the GDP. The GDP comes down by 1%. So we expect the GDP to be around 8%, 8.5%, not more. Year-end results will define the current coming first fiscal year earnings. So let's see in this month itself, in about next 30 to 45 days, we'll see the year-end results, and that will define which markets, which sectors will start moving. In a nutshell, I will cover some of the points. Mid caps and small caps will perform better than the large caps. Expect mid caps and small caps to give you a return above 15%, 18%. Large caps will be lesser than that. Result season will be soon. Go by performing companies only. Don't go by anything. Buy, hold, and review your stocks. Okay, go for your portfolio review every month or quarter. Or if there is some major event, you should look at it. Q1 fiscal year 23, that is this April to June, many companies will take a beating because of the world scenario. Not only the war, but the post-war financial scenario will be bad. Market improvements will hopefully happen somewhere around June 22. And one of the key signals will be when FIS will start investing in India. The market will move around in a sideways manner. It made a low of 15,670 Nifty on 8 March and a high of 18,606. So ये range में आपको market मिलेगा. Sector rotation will continue during the year. And this is a phenomenon we are seeing since more than a year. Within sectors too, some stocks will perform great, where some, like we saw just now, SBI Life doing exceedingly well compared to HDFC Life. And ICICI Pru Life was midway. Sectors which may do well are metal, media, energy, which includes oil, gas, and power, hotel, travel and tourism, platform-based companies like your FL, okay, Naukri, retail companies like your Trent, okay, even Reliance, commodities, and defense stocks. Defense stocks में BDL, Bharat Dynamics, HAL, okay. Second half year में hopefully we will have auto, infra, and FMCG doing well. Hopefully, I'm saying, not very sure unless there is a turnaround. Selectively, the stocks will do well in FMCG like the ITC, in banks like ICICI Bank, Axis Bank, SBI Bank, in financial services like your Bajaj Finance, Bajaj Fine Services, Cholamandalam Finance. Of chemical specialty, there are about 6 to 8 companies you can look forward to. Deepak Nitrite, Deepak Fertilizer, GNFC, Navin Fluorine, Alkali Amines. So आपको ये कंपनीज ध्यान में रखना पड़ेगा. Pharma, okay, not so bullish. but I'm looking for Apollo Hospitals, Fortis Healthcare, Cipla, maybe Laurus Lab. Real estate companies will have a problem. Even though real estate did well, pretty well in the last year, I still have a question mark on the real estate because of the increasing interest rates. Many of the companies which were having good inventories, they have sold off. But there are many players are there, small players are there. Some of them are getting wiped out and some of them are entering it. And actually, if you see in a city like Mumbai, you see every nook and corner, there is a reconstruction which is happening. So this supply is still quite high, but not many builders are able to do the projects in a proper or profitable manner. So definitely there is going to be big sharks which will be benefiting, and some of the big sharks are not doing well also. That way also you can see. Banks with high investments in technology will survive. This is a statement I inferred from one of the discussions on the every other bank will stop surviving. So if you see every other PSU bank, I have a great question mark on them because the efficiency levels are already low. So don't expect them. HDFC Bank may turn around because there is a big lag. They have become the market laggards. HDFC Bank is down, HDFC is down, HDFC Life is down, HDFC AMC is down. So on the whole, HDFC group is down. But if they start moving upwards and if there is a good buying which happens, something like FIs have removed 79,000 crores in this last few months from banking sector itself. Increase your gold asset allocation around 10 to 15% rakna. Improve means earlier we used to say 5%. Now you should increase because of the current scenario. Nifty will be in the range of 18,500 to max 20,000. I am looking at only 18,500, 19,000 level. But there are people who are talking about 20,000 level. But I don't see that happening. But still, I'm saying maximum you can expect that. So returns are around 9% to 12%. Expect gains to be in the range of 9% to 12%. Okay, so this year is not going to be a great year for us. Believe in your process and systems. Be patient and a disciplined investor. Don't just go and pick up stocks. Don't have the herd mentality. थोड़ा patience रखना, पूछ लेना, fundamentals देख लेना. Abhi some of you must be knowing also how to look at it. Look at the charts. Don't go for things in a herd mentality because many a times the retailers buy when the FIs and others are selling. The smart investors are selling. So that's it for the day for this particular thing. So that was the review for the year and the coming period. So we just take a break of 2 minutes and we start once again with the next lecture.